Scene script. Have you ever pondered upon the true wealth of your life? In the world we inhabit, wealth is often perceived as an accumulation of material possessions, financial prosperity, or even social status. It's a fascinating concept, isn't it? The idea that our worth can be quantified, measured, and compared. We strive, we toil, we yearn for more in a ceaseless pursuit of this elusive entity we call wealth. But what if we were to tell you that this is merely one perspective of wealth? A narrow lens, if you will, that may not capture the full spectrum of its true essence. Consider for a moment the wealth of a mother's love for her child. Can it be measured in currency or assets? Or the wealth of wisdom that a seasoned scholar possesses? Is it not a treasure chest filled to the brim with priceless jewels of knowledge? And what about the wealth of a heart that gives without expecting anything in return? Is it not richer than the most opulent of kingdoms? You see, true wealth in its most authentic form is an exquisite enigma. It's a riddle that transcends the physical realm and delves into the abstract. It's an intricate tapestry of love, wisdom, generosity, and countless other virtues that give life its real value. But perhaps the most intriguing aspect of this enigma is that it's not inherited or bestowed upon us. It's not a destination we arrive at after a long journey. Rather, it's a journey in itself, a personal voyage of discovery, growth, and transformation. It's a quest to unearth the hidden treasures within us and to share them with the world around us. So, as we embark on this exploration of life's true wealth, we invite you to open your hearts and minds, to question, to reflect, and to delve deeper into the mysteries of your own existence. Now, let us delve into a profound tale which might alter your perception of wealth. Let us now turn our attention to the Gospel according to Matthew chapter 25, verses 14 to 30. Once upon a time, in a land far away, a man was setting off on a journey, but before he left, he entrusted his possessions to his servants. To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, each according to his ability. Then he went away. The man who received 5 talents immediately traded them and made 5 more. The servant with 2 talents also doubled his money. However, the servant who received only 1 talent dug a hole and hid his master's money. Now after a long time, the master of those servants returned and settled accounts with them. The one who received 5 talents came forward, bringing the additional 5. His master said to him, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You were faithful over a few things. I will set you over many things. Enter into the joy of your master." The one who received 2 talents also came forward, saying, "Master, you gave me 2 talents. See, I have made 2 more." His master said to him, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You were faithful over a little. I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master." Then the one who had received the 1 talent came forward, saying, "Master, I knew you to be a hard man, reaping where you did not sow, and gathering where you scattered no seed. So I was afraid, and I went and hid your talent in the ground. Here you have what is yours." But his master replied, "You wicked and slothful servant. You knew that I reap where I have not sown and gather where I scattered no seed. Then you ought to have invested my money with the bankers, and at my coming I should have received what was my own with interest. Therefore take the talent from him, and give it to him who has the 10 talents. For to everyone who has will more be given, and he will have an abundance. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away." And the unprofitable servant was thrown into the outer darkness, where there was weeping and gnashing of teeth. So what might this parable imply about the wealth of our lives? Now that we've heard the parable, let's ponder upon its profound meaning. This Gospel, Matthew 25, verses 14 to 30, is a parable about talents. But what are these talents? Are they simply the skills and abilities we possess? Or could they be something more? Something deeper? Perhaps even divine? The talents in the parable are a metaphor, a symbol for the gifts we've been given. These could be our natural abilities, yes, but they could also be our resources, our opportunities, even our time. These are all gifts bestowed upon us not to be hoarded, but to be shared, to be multiplied. This gospel teaches us about stewardship, about the responsibility that comes with our gifts. It tells us that we are to use our talents wisely, to make the most of what we have. It encourages us to step out of our comfort zones, to take risks, to strive for growth, because it is in the striving, in the struggle, that we truly begin to understand the value of our gifts. But the gospel also warns us against fear, against the temptation to bury our talents out of caution or apprehension. It tells us that to hide our gifts, to refuse to share them, is a grave mistake. For a talent unused is a talent wasted. So we must ask ourselves, are we like the servant who multiplies his talents, who takes risks and reaps rewards, or are we like the servant who buries his talent, who lets fear dictate his actions and wastes his potential? This gospel invites us to reflect, to look within ourselves and examine our own stewardship. It challenges us to use our talents not just for personal gain, but for the betterment of the world around us. It urges us to make the most of our gifts, to strive for excellence, to be the best that we can be. Are you using your talents wisely or burying them out of fear? This is the question that this gospel asks us, the challenge it presents. It's a question we must all face, a challenge we must all accept. For in the end, it's not just about the talents we've been given, but what we choose to do with them. As we reflect on these powerful words, let us offer a prayer for understanding. Let's begin. O divine light that illuminates our path, we come before you seeking wisdom and clarity. The Gospel, Matthew 25:14-30, is a tale of talents, a tale of diligence, and a tale of wisdom. Yet it is also a parable of mystery, an exquisite enigma that calls for our understanding. We pray for enlightenment that we may discern the profound messages hidden within its verses. We ask for your guidance, that we may extract the wisdom from the parable of the talents and apply it to our own lives. We are all bestowed with unique talents, abilities that set us apart, that make us special. But often we are like the servant who buried his talent in the ground, fearful and hesitant to take risks. We pray for the courage and the conviction to use our talents, to not just bury them in the ground, but to invest them wisely and multiply them. We ask for the wisdom to recognize our talents, to cherish them, and to use them for the greater good. Help us understand that our talents are not just for our own benefit, but they are gifts to be shared, to be used to uplift others, to bring joy, to spread love, and to make the world a better place. As we reflect on the gospel, let us also reflect on ourselves. Let's gaze inward and recognize our own talents, our strengths, and our capabilities. May we realize our potential and strive to fulfill it. And as we strive to fulfill our potential, let us not forget to be grateful. Let us thank the divine for the talents we have been given, for the opportunities to use them, and for the wisdom to understand their true value. In this prayer for understanding, we seek not just knowledge, but also the courage to act upon that knowledge. May we all have the courage to use our talents wisely, just as the faithful servants did. Before we part ways, allow me to extend an invitation. Imagine a world where inspiration is as common as the rising sun, where the words of the gospel are shared as freely as the air we breathe. This is the world we aim to create through FaithLift, and you can play a crucial role. By subscribing to our channel, you become part of a global community seeking inspiration and wisdom from the gospel. Each video we share is a seed of hope, love, and faith, and by sharing these with others, you help plant these seeds in hearts around the world. The impact of such an act is immeasurable. It's like tossing a pebble into a pond and watching the ripples spread outwards, reaching corners you never thought possible. And all it takes is a click of a button. Thank you for joining us today. May the words of the gospel continue to inspire and guide you. Until next time.